Assalamualaikum to everyone. My name is Irfan Nezlan, and with my colleagues, which is Muhammad Irfan Danish Anik, Sugan Nisan Darshini, and Ahmad Afifuddin. So I'll start my part, which is in the introduction. So first slide, please. So our objective is to get the better knowledge of the transportation process involved in transporting goods. When it comes to the transportation, we all know that it is bringing the goods from one place to another. So it's usually that we could learn to dig deeper to know what involvement of the transportation within the company. So aside from that, it's also to get the ideas to behind the strategy that a company implements and the industry standard practices. So we would also like to know the strategies that this company is handling so that we could know that what they're doing in their business and doing their job in the involvement of the industry. Next page, please. So in the industry background, um, the aviation is being played into an important role in within the transportation between on the bringing goods as well as the passenger. However, in the COVID-19 pandemic, it also in fact every economics and industries, which especially for the aviation because it involves like a flying and quicker way to travel. So it also like because of that, because they usually now only rely on cargo because passenger couldn't travel, it can be a problem for the aviation industry. As we can see that there's a lot of companies that are shutting down. Next slide. So about this company that we choose is the AirAsia Berhad, which is the Malaysian multinational low-cost airline headquarters near Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So in terms of the fleet size, it is the largest airline in Malaysia and also being the largest low-cost carrier in the Southeast Asia, with operating scheduled domestic and international flights to more than 165 destinations within 25 countries. So the main objective for this company is to become the leading travel and lifestyle platform of choice in ASEAN and beyond. I think that's all from my part. I'll be handed to my colleague named Suga.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, so my name is Kunathan Sagaran, and I'll start with the second slide, which is what the generic strategies. So first of all, AirAsia, a firm that runs its business utilizing in a cost leadership strategy and successfully penetrate a previously undeserved market for them. And AirAsia also develop and maintain a competitive advantage and strategic advantage for them to compete with the competitors in future and present. And also AirAsia use the internet will be advantages since its sales can be expanded to the entire world. So in this way they'll have a lot of profitability in the future for them. There are several factors that contribute to AirAsia's status as low-cost airline producer. So, for example, they have elimination of self-service and also elimination of physical tickets. And the last point will be for each operation in AirAsia value chain, the source of cost benefit that contribute to low-cost business. By doing this low-cost business, they will have a lot of advantages and in terms of competing with their competitors, and also this makes them a better company in upcoming with a good strategy for them. Next will be BCG metrics. For example, the dog, cow, question mark, and also star. So to compete in this industry, airline employ a variety of techniques for them. They achieve and maintain a competitive edge by offering service at a cheaper cost than its competitor. For as I just said just now, they have a lot of internet service than physical and customer service service for them. So AirAsia value chain, the source of cost benefits contribute to low cost business, and also AirAsia flying service undoubtedly falls into stars category. In the four types of BCG metrics, they fall into the star category, which is essentially in consider of evaluating a market attractiveness for them. So the next slide will be Afif.
All right, my name is Ahmad Budin. I will be presenting about the SWOT analysis. The first one is the strength. AirAsia has a low-cost operation. They have a few management levels, effective, focus, and aggressive management. And they also simple proven business model that consistently delivers the lower fares to the customer, and then penetrate and stimulate the potential markets. And also they have a very multi-skilled staff, such as the pilots and the engineer and all the crew. And then they have a single type fleet, minimized fee, and easy for pilot dispatch. Next. So for the weakness, the service resources is very limited by lower cost. And then the limited human resource could not handle the regular situation. The government interference and regulation on airport deals and passengers compensation also been a weakness towards the AirAsia. And then the non-central location of secondary airports. The brand is vital for market position, and developing it's always a challenge towards the AirAsia. And then they have very heavy reliance on outsourcing, the new entrants to provide the price sensitivity in the service. Next. So for the opportunities on Asia is they have a long haul flight is and a try to get undeveloped market. They also have a differentiation from traditional low cost carrier model by adding customer services operation as full service aligned with low fare. And by the ongoing industry consolidation has opened up the prospect for new routes and open deals. The high fuel prices will squeeze out unprofitable competitors among the airlines. Next. So the threat is, the first one is the full service airlines start cut costs to compete with other airlines company, and then the entrance of others low cost carrier company. The high fuel price decreases yield in the world, and then maybe the accident, the terrorist attack and disaster, and deficit the customer confidence in effect. And then the aviation regulation and government policy is always changing year by year or months or monthly. And then they have also increase in operation costs in producing value-added services to ensure that the customer is very satisfied with the service. And then lastly, the system disruption due to heavily reliance on online sales. Next. So this is the few external factors that I found out. The first one is the political factors. As we know, AirAsia faces bilateral agreement challenge, and the failure of bilateral agreement within the Asia Pacific region negatively impact on low-cost carrier of that region, leading to the undevelopments. And then the next one is the social factors. As we know, the Asian passenger value the quality of airline services more than the price. Asia has a quite high quality policy and standard aimed at availing excellent services that are in line with the philosophy of safety first amongst others airlines company. And then the next is the environmental factors. The airlines are a major air pollution and should have a proper laws and measure for protecting the environment. As we know, AirAsia has implemented measure geared towards managing environmental protection from any negative form of pollution. The next one is the technology factors. The public transport system, domestic and international airports prove to be complicated within the Asia Pacific region, especially in Malaysia. Almost every state has an open airport, while large city may have both local and international terminals. The presence of internet services across Malaysia has made it easy to purchase air ticket by online, which is cost-effective and accessible. The last one is the economic factors. The World Bank shows a steady increase in the Asia Pacific countries' GDP per capita income, implying a rising purchasing influence in 2014. Such economic growth has made AirAsia offer affordable ticket to middle-income earners, and also AirAsia Airline has been able to offer reduced air ticket pricing to its customer and other low-income earners customer. That's all my point.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Irfan Dinishanik. So my part is matching the BCG metric and the quarter generic strategy are used to match and indicate which aspect of the employing strategy can benefit AirAsia. Unique strategy exists in the both BCG metric and the portal generic strategy. And the differentiation is the act and distinguish product or service from those of the competitor. Different thing of the company product or offering include the creating something that stand out in terms of features, punctuality, durability, support, brand image, and so on. This idea is to acquire a competition advantage by differentiating the company and the position it to meet those requirements in a distinctive way. This strategy is usually associated with charging with high price of product uniqueness and to pay higher product cost, giving the purchaser compelling reason to prefer the product over the differentiate alternative. So we go to the recommendation, which is our first recommendation is the importance of the focusing on low cost carrier, LCC, and quality. So AirAsia, as all we know, to maintain the status AirAsia must concentrate on travel bubbling during the pandemic. So our idea is the travel bubbling during the pandemic. So AirAsia is the ideally positioned in the aviation traveler market with a network of over 160 destinations across the Asia and the Pacific. To the faster recovery to many others carrier. The majority of the AirAsia key international market, which are also tourism hubs, including as Thailand, Singapore, Australia, Korea, Indochina, and Taiwan, are handling a pandemic extremely effectively and are quietly likely to reopen the border first. We still working closely with a tourism and airport partner to boost the domestic air travel. And we making good progress the construction of travel bubble with low risk overseas destination. So the second, which is the last recommendation, is cost cutting. So our suggestion for AirAsia cost cutting is include the display information on gate number for the flight departures on notice board, as well as a counter number for the check-in, as this will get full simply and improve the efficiency of checking in, which is inconvenient for passengers due to the overcrowded and general lack of space. This is a typical occurrence in all airports, while AirAsia seats are small, tight, and uncomfortable, and it appears that they are attempting to fit more seats into the planes by using a smaller chair in order to maximize their revenue. So our recommendation is they must provide more space and more comfortable seats so that their customers are more comfortable while on the plane. Furthermore, most of the time check-in a group which wastes on the people time lining up and waiting for others. So our proposal is that they must to spread with a group to the dedicated counter, which is reduce the time lining up to wait for those with group check-in. So furthermore, we believe that AirAsia should warn customer about flight delay because long flights are extinguished for the passenger. It will also cause the customer unhappy if they delay their flight without informing their customer. So our advice to AirAsia is to alert customer in advance via text messenger or email them. Okay, that's all my part. I proceed to next.
My name is Darshini. So, in conclusion from the project analysis, it shows that AirAsia has been one of the most successful and fastest growing airline company. We also know that AirAsia is successful for their low cost strategy, which makes the other airline companies start to follow AirAsia's step in providing low cost and low fare with best and high quality airline services to satisfy the demand of the customers. Besides that, the airline industry is significantly competitive, low threat of new entrants, moderate bargaining power of buyers, but high bargaining power from supplier and like high threat of substitutes. AirAsia is also been strong in its branding and marketing strategies. Thank you. That's all from our group.